Hello, I'm Lisa, an AI navigator. Do you want to introduce AI to your company, but are you worried about where to start and how to succeed? In this video, we will thoroughly explain the basics of AI introduction to answer exactly such questions. We will tell you about the keys to the success of AI projects, a clear strategy, understanding of technology, building a data foundation, effective execution, and risk management, as well as organizational change and continuous learning, along with specific steps. By the time you finish watching this video, your vague anxiety about AI introduction projects should have turned into a concrete action plan. It may change the way you work from tomorrow. If you are even a little interested, please subscribe to the channel and click the like button now. Please do not miss the latest AI information. Now, let me introduce today's content. First, we will delve into the importance of purpose and scope setting that determines the success or failure of an AI implementation project. Next, we will look at data strategy, which can be said to be the lifeline of AI. Then, clear vision and management support in promoting the project. Furthermore, how to utilize POC to minimize risks. Finally, ethics and control to build trustworthy AI. We will explain these points in an easy to understand manner with concrete examples. If you read to the end, you should be able to grasp the overall picture of AI implementation. The content we will talk about today is full of tips for ordinary business people to master the powerful tool called AI and take their business to the next stage. Please stay with us until the end. Many business people want to introduce AI to streamline their work and create new value, but they are hesitant to take the first step because they don't know where to start, how to proceed, or what specific methodology or precautions to take to succeed. In fact, unlike traditional IT projects, AI projects are data-driven, inherently iterative, and involve a high degree of uncertainty about the outcome. These words are very important, aren't they? It's not just about introducing a system. In this video, we will thoroughly explain the 5 keys to overcoming the challenges unique to AI introduction and leading the project to success: a clear strategy, proper technical understanding, a robust data foundation, effective execution and risk management, and organizational change and continuous learning, with concrete examples and deep insights from detailed sources. Our goal is to turn your anxiety about introducing AI into confidence through this video and give you practical know-how that you can use starting tomorrow. In particular, setting the purpose and scope, data strategy, and clear vision and support. These are the most important points that are easy to stumble on in the early stages of AI introduction. By keeping these points in mind, the chances of successful AI implementation will increase dramatically, so please look forward to it. The first key is that the success of AI implementation depends on the objectives and scope. Why is clear objective and scope so essential? The key to a successful AI project is to identify the specific problem to be solved or the opportunity to be captured and quantify the expected impact. For example, it is important to set a specific and measurable goal, such as reduce invoice processing time by 50%, rather than a vague desire to introduce AI. The SMART framework is effective for setting this goal. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Set a goal that is specific, measurable, achievable with effort, aligned with the business direction, and has a deadline. It is often warned that making the introduction of AI itself the goal is a typical pattern of project failure. AI is only a means, not an end. And it is equally important to define the scope, that is, the scope of the project. It is necessary to clearly define what AI will and will not do, and to accurately outline what data is relevant, who the target users are, and what business processes will be affected. This is as important as clarifying the objectives, such as improving site operation efficiency and reducing costs when introducing a content management system, CMS, for a website. AI projects should not forget this basics. This objective and scope setting is the most basic starting point that determines the success or failure of a project, and a surprising number of failures are actually due to the wrong button being pressed at the beginning. Continuing on the theme of AI implementation success or failure is determined by purpose and scope, let's look at how goal setting holds the fate of a project. Without a clear purpose and scope, the project will go astray and not achieve the expected results. If the purpose is unclear, no one knows what the criteria for success are. In that case, each stakeholder will have different expectations, and as a result, dissatisfaction is likely to erupt, such as "this is not what it was supposed to be." Even if a technically excellent AI model is completed, if it cannot be shown how it leads to business value, that is, ROI equals return on investment, the project may even be considered a failure. In fact, there is an interesting byproduct of trying to set a specific goal, such as reduce X by Y%. First of all, companies are forced to measure the current value of X, right? This baseline measurement itself often highlights inefficiencies in business processes that have been overlooked, gaps in data management, siloed data environments, and so on. For an AI project to be successful, a strong collaboration between a business unit that understands the essence of the problem and a technical team that understands the potential of AI is essential. This calls for the participation of both domain experts and AI specialists. For example, Shimizu Corporation has improved productivity by using AI in its project management tools, and San Godo Bank has used AI to speed up data analysis. These are examples of success that can only be achieved with a clear goal of solving a specific problem. Let's move on. The second key to successful AI projects is mastering data strategy, the lifeblood of AI success. Let's take a closer look at how data determines the quality and reliability of AI. Data is the lifeblood of AI, and its strategic management is essential to the success of AI projects. Data strategy includes data acquisition, quality assessment, preparation, i.e., cleaning and conversion, labeling and annotation work to make it easy for AI to learn, data governance that defines the data management system, and even security. These are extremely important prerequisites for AI projects. In particular, data quality is very important, and as the saying goes, garbage in, garbage out, only low quality data can produce low quality AI. This is an ironclad rule in the world of AI. There is no usable data, and the quality of the data is too poor. These are some of the most common reasons why AI projects fail. Lack of quality and quantity of data is a major barrier to the introduction of AI and can lead to incorrect judgments and situations where the expected prediction accuracy is not achieved. So, although it may sound mundane, data cleansing, i.e., cleaning and checking for bias in data, is an extremely important process that affects the performance of AI models. In fact, it would be ideal to prepare a data collection infrastructure before the start of a project, but in reality, the necessary data is often defined and collected at the launch of a project. In order to continuously secure high quality data and manage it properly, it is essential to prepare a data infrastructure, build a data governance system, and make an upfront investment in the human resources who will be responsible for it. These may not lead to immediately visible results, but they are the unsung heroes that support the long term success of AI. This is because the performance and reliability of AI are directly linked to data, and many projects tend to overlook this infrastructure. It is truly a lifeline. The third key to the success of an AI project is clear vision and support. Technology alone is not enough. It is the power of the entire organization that truly moves AI. A clear vision and business goals, as well as strong sponsorship and leadership commitment from management, are essential for the success of an AI project. Introducing AI is not just an initiative of one department, but often involves company wide transformation. That is why it is essential for top management to understand its importance and take the lead in driving the project, that is, exemplary leadership and continuous involvement from management. Leadership is required to secure resources, coordinate between departments, and sometimes change existing ways of doing things. The field knows best what happens on the ground. This principle remains true in AI development. The secret to creating a truly useful AI system is to involve end users who will actually use the AI from the early stages of development and listen to their voices. AI that leaves the field behind will become unused AI is something that should be kept in mind. AI projects involve many stakeholders, including business departments, technical teams, end users, and management. It is important to share project progress, challenges, goals, etc. consistently and transparently among these stakeholders. It is recommended to promote an open communication culture. The commitment of management, user involvement, and effective communication that we have discussed so far. Although these are not technical elements, they are actually very important foundations that support the technical success of AI projects. For example, Panasonic Connect has achieved results by setting clear goals and implementing them in stages, and Mitsubishi UFJ Bank, with strong commitment from its management, is also actively investing in AI human resources as part of its company-wide DX strategy. These are good examples of how organizational factors contribute to the success of AI implementation. No matter how excellent the technology is, AI cannot demonstrate its true value without the power of the organization and people that support and utilize it. That is why organizational and human factors are deeply related to the success or failure of AI implementation. Now, the fourth key is minimize the risk of introducing AI. How to use POC. By making good use of POC, or proof of concept, you can try small things and grow them big. A POC is a small-scale experiment to test whether an AI solution is technically feasible and whether it can create the expected value before full-scale development or large investments. The purpose of this includes not only confirming technical feasibility, but also evaluating the suitability of the data, verifying the potential ROI, that is, the return on investment, and identifying issues at the early stage of the project. This allows you to determine the feasibility of the project while minimizing the risk of major failure. And if the POC is successful, it will be concrete evidence of the potential of AI, and it will also be a powerful weapon to obtain further support and budgets from stakeholders. The way to proceed with a POC is to first select the stakeholders and form a team. Next, set a hypothesis and a clear goal, that is, what you want to verify. For example, it is important to ask a specific question such as, can the introduction of an AI chatbot reduce the time it takes to respond to customer inquiries by an average of 20%? After that, the general flow is to formulate a plan, collect and prepare data, develop and verify a model, and finally analyze and evaluate the results to determine the next step. On the other hand, what happens if you skip POC? There is a high risk that the project will proceed based on an unverified hypothesis, that you will hit a technical wall later, or that the completed AI will not match the actual business needs. In order to effectively proceed with POC, it is necessary for diverse members such as project managers, data scientists, AI engineers, and on-site domain experts to work together. Clarifying the division of roles using a RACI chart or other chart to determine who is responsible for what will lead to smooth progress. AI projects are highly uncertain. That is why verification and learning at the early stages of this POC are very effective in preventing major failures and increasing the probability of success. The fifth and final key is towards a trusted AI. Ethics and governance are essential. In order to guide the power of AI in the right direction, the compass of ethics and governance is essential. Potential bias in AI models, concerns about data privacy, transparency, and explainability, the need for so-called XAI, and the establishment of an accountability framework when AI causes problems are extremely important. If the data that AI learns is biased, the AI itself may make biased decisions. For example, there have been cases where AI screened candidates based on past recruitment data, and people with certain attributes were unfairly disadvantaged. This was also problematic in the case of Amazon's recruitment AI. In addition, the risk of privacy violations due to inappropriate collection and use of personal data cannot be ignored. In addition, the black box problem, in which humans cannot understand the basis for why AI made such a decision, is a major issue. This makes it difficult to determine the cause even if a problem occurs. If AI makes an ethically questionable decision, the company's brand image will be greatly damaged and it may lose the trust of customers in an instant. There is also the risk of legal disputes and investigations by regulatory authorities. In Japan, the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry and the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications have formulated the AI Business Guidelines, which provide ethical, legal, and social guidelines for companies developing and using AI. These cannot be ignored. The first thing companies should do is to formulate their own AI ethics guidelines and comply with them throughout the company. Companies such as Sony, Hitachi, and DNP are making such efforts. In addition, it is also important to thoroughly anonymize data and implement security measures, build a system for humans to monitor and review AI decisions, and provide continuous training on AI ethics. As AI technology penetrates deeply into society, it is no longer possible to avoid how companies will deal with these ethical issues and controls. Delayed response could cause fatal damage to business. Today, under the title Complete Guide to AI Implementation Projects, we have explained 5 important keys to successful AI implementation. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Let's briefly review what we learned today. First, clarifying the purpose and scope. Define the why of AI implementation and set specific and measurable goals. Second, data strategy. Secure high-quality data and build a system to strategically manage and utilize it. Third, vision and support. Build a strong commitment from management and a company-wide cooperative system. Fourth, utilizing POC. Reduce risks through small-scale proof-of-concept experiments and deepen your learning as you proceed. And fifth, ethics and control. Build and operate a trusted AI system that takes bias and privacy into consideration. Steadily implementing each of these points will be a sure path to successful AI implementation. And the most important thing I wanted to convey is that a clear strategy, proper technical understanding, a solid data foundation, effective execution, and risk management, organizational change, and continuous learning are essential for the success of an AI implementation project. It's not just technology, but the attitude of the entire organization that is most important. I would be very happy if this content helps you concretely promote your company's AI strategy. If this video was even a little helpful and you want to know more about AI, please subscribe to our channel. We will continue to provide useful information on AI utilization. Also, if you support us with the like button, it will be a great encouragement for us. Please let us know in the comment section if you have any questions or experiences about AI implementation or your thoughts on this video. Your voice will be a hint for future content creation. Well, see you in the next video. This was Lisa, the AI Navigator. Thank you.